So I know that I threw Ashlyn to the wolves. Did I ever throw you to the wolves with the cones? Donna. Okay. So, and she knows how to do the mounting block now. So, what we'll do is take her over right now, and this is kind of what I've started doing, is I'll tell the horse we're going to play. And how I'm going to tell them we're going to play is I'm going to show them the very first thing they've ever been good at. And then that kind of tells them this is going to be a working arrangement. So you're going to take her over the mounting block and have her set up at the mounting block for you first. My earrings click on the. I have audio problems still. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. Yeah. So you step up there, and then Tipper knows the other way, right? Yeah, we want her to mount up as if you're going to mount. So you want her other side of her body. She knows it, so she's already telling you she'll do it. So wiggle so she doesn't keep walking. We don't want her to go all the way around you. So she can't go all the way around. You have to send her back the other way. Yep. She can't believe that she's allowed to just make circles on the mounting block. Good. Yep. And now you're going to look at her tail to get her to swing her tail away. Yep. And then, yep. Tip her nose away. Yep. Good. Good. Yeah, a little bit. She knows it. She already said with that white hind foot she knew it. She's just like, how much do I have to actually do? Nope, we want one step over. So go ahead and help her with the rope. Do you remember how to put it on the other side of her neck? And then tip her head that way. Yep, she's already like, oh, okay, I get it. So take it, yep, take it down by the wither, yep, yep. And stop. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. She just overachieved. Go ahead and ask her to do it again. So just kind of keep her like on task. So anytime they mess up, you just keep them on task so they don't think they're done yet. Because if you give her too much of a pause from the screw up, then she's going to think, oh, I got it right because you stopped asking me to do it. But as long as you keep her on task, she'll realize that she didn't do it right. So don't do it as a tug. You're going to try to do it as a steady pull. See, what a tug did was gave her the impression you wanted her to back up. I don't know if that's that camera that keeps going off. Good. Good. So now what we want to do is we want to remind her that she does actually know what we just asked her to do. So go ahead and step down off the mounting block and then set her up further away. Good. Good. Yep. Yep. Tip her nose the other way. Good girl. Good girl. So we're going to give it to her because there's a huge effort in that. We would want to be more particular about her standing actually in front of the mounting block, but she put a huge effort into that decision. So we'll do it one more time. If she does it that great, even if she doesn't set up in the proper position, we're going to give it to her and then we're going to move on. So this time, as she's coming in, control the direction of her nose. So as she's coming in, when her nose gets to about here, if she's tipping it that way, we already know she's on the wrong page as far as being able to do it. So we're going to just give her a little guidance, like a turn signal towards her. So you're just going to kind of, like you're sweeping off something off the counter at her nose and get her nose to turn that way. Once her nose turns that way, then raise your hand back up and she'll know what to do. Yeah, but you won't use the rope. So you're going to be guiding her with this rope that way, and then you're going to just kind of like brush her nose out of the way. Yep, there you go. Good. Big effort, big effort. So I'm going to have you, she's not making the mistake now. Yep. So, well, I want her to be right. I don't want to, because she's going to get in the habit of coming to the wrong spot. So I want your timing to be a little bit better. So when she comes here, you're noticing she's already going, I'm going to go that way. She's already telling you, I think I'm supposed to do something going that way. So this is when you're going to, can you chalk up on the line by pulling the line through your hand so that way you're not having to try to figure out this long line? So as she's coming to you, reel her in. And you can just drop the line as you reel her in. So you can kind of keep control of her nose with your left hand. The right hand is then going to just support what she should know that feel meant. Then as soon as you see her go like this, she's on the right page. You don't have to wait till she's heading that way. As soon as she tips her nose, then the hand that was waving her nose away comes into this position. You want to kind of have all of that happen right about here. So that way when her nose tips, she can go and line right up. But if you wait till she's already all up in your space, now she has no choice but to do what she did.
Right. Got it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mean like I got it.
No, I know what you meant. So it's just a timing thing for you now. She's got it. She knows what to do. So basically what's happening is that you're just not being clear in the beginning. That's all. Yeah, but I would try to wiggle her like in good girl. She's like, yeah. Okay, so when you want her to stay, you can do your stay on her face, and then if she starts to move, just quickly wiggle, but not loud. Just wiggle enough to say, no, you don't come with me. Don't wait till she's already in motion, because now you have to fix the mistake she made instead of getting ahead of the mistake. Well, she knows this. So she's just waiting for the more precise instructions, that's all. Good. So now tell her to stay. And then if she goes to leave with you, you're just going to, yep. So now in a case like that, say, I appreciate that you're offering this, but and then just tell her, you got to wait. So sometimes when they get where they're over anxious to assist you, it may not be what you were asking for anyway. So you want to make sure that you can politely say, no, that's not what I said yet. Because obviously we don't want to make her wrong, but we want her to believe that that's just not what we said yet. So that way she never feels punished and then refusing to go that way again. Good girl. Good. So now as you reel her in, just hold the one, just reel it through your hand. Yep, there you go. Good. Back her up a tiny bit, so you're going to wiggle for her to back up. Good girl. So I'm going to give you and I'm going to give you a shot at having that be a little more fluid. Because you got your timing better. right? You controlled what her nose was doing before it was already over here. So now it's a matter of when you reel her in, because you still kind of had to jumble with your line. So say she's coming at you, you're just going to reel her in. Because so what happened before is you kind of went, you know, and you had a lot, and this hand still needed to be doing something else. So you want to make sure that you kind of like take a break with that hand, you know, so that way this hand keeps communicating something, but you're also making an adjustment. But if you spend a lot of time over here, now that just turned off. Oh, Donna, oh, you're not going to be able to stay. Donna's going to trailer one of her horses over. Yeah. Too bad Ashlyn can't drive. Another year, right? Yeah. All right, go ahead and we're going to try to do one more fluid one. You got it. She's got it, and you got it. You just got to do it together. Yep, perfect. So that was a rope skill you hadn't had before. Good. Now, yep. Now reel her in and snap your finger. Reel her in, snap your finger. Reel, yep. Now wave her nose the other way. Yep. Hand up, hand up. You can kind of, no, don't pull on her. Because if you pull on her, you're going to bring her shoulder to you. Yep, yep. Give her a little bump to say you're not done yet. You need to finish this. Yep, and release. Good. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, so that's more of an invite of the shoulder, so you can take the rope back to this side if you can reach it, or fling it over her head. Can she let you fling it over her head? Oh, that is easy. So this is going to be kind of where you're going to gently give her guidance to bring her shoulder over. Yep, yep. And as soon as you feel her really lean, you're going to kind of give a little release to say, that's it. Good. Good girl. Good. Point forward and tell her to step up. Yep, with that, yep. Step up. Don't wiggle it, because that means back up. If you can get a feel on her nose and try to get to where she feels the pressure on her pole.
Like that?
No, so try to, if you can, get her, just kind of feel her forward. Step up, step up, step up, step up, step up. Good. Good. Because step up only means one step. You know, a kiss means go. So if you kissed and she just went off, she did the right thing. That ain't a lot.
It is a lot.
It seems like there's not a lot. Once you start getting fluid, people will be like, oh, that looks easy. You're like, yeah, okay. Okay, so did you want to try to get one more fluid, or you want to move on?
Try one more.
Okay, so now from there, concentrate on what you're going to do. You're going to get her over here. You're going to ask her to stand, stay. You're going to be prepared to wiggle the rope in case she decides to follow you, to let her know, no, you're going to stay there. I'm leaving. So then you're going to get on the mounting block. You're going to invite her. You're going to snap your fingers. You're going to reel her in. So you just take the slack so that we have control of her nose. As soon as her nose tips, you know she's in the right place. Then don't change anything after that. You're going to keep asking for her to over. If she goes to act like she's going to pass you, because that's what the trouble you're getting into now, is she's getting herself kind of tangled up with her front end right there. So if she goes to go past you, you're going to put the wiggle. So when you wiggle beside them, because now she's going to be kind of like beside you, you're going to do it like you have a handful of coins. And you're just tossing the coins up in the air. So that way, because a wiggle side to side will make the body, wherever it slaps her, make that yield. So you want to make sure that now you're only talking to the nose. So when you're beside her, it has to be kind of an up and down. Okay? Good girl. So you're going to try to control the direction of her nose and how far her body comes to you before you are asking her to. swing away. Now, and again, now what's happening is she's getting a little too much up here with her front end. So you're just going to wiggle her to not pass you. That make sense? Okay. So how you lengthened your line is exactly how you would shorten your line. When you allowed it to just come through your hand, your other hand would just drag it through, and that's how you would shorten it. Same with reins. That's how you would shorten your reins. Good. So plan. Yeah, and plan. Invite her. Send her nose the other way. Already, send her nose the other way. Good. Now plan to wiggle if she goes to go any further. Yep. Yep. Now don't pull her. Don't pull her at this point. You're just going to send her nose the other way. So see how you're still pulling her with that left hand? You don't want to pull her anymore. Now give her the snap so she knows kind of what that's all about. Yep. You can ask her to take a step forward. I just didn't want you to keep pulling her. You can get her. Yep. Yep. She's going to think about it. Oh, it's almost in her knee. It's right above her knee. Good. And you can even use your left hand at this point to push her nose away, like kind of tap her nose away. Yep. That's the company I park next to. Go ahead and help her by putting the rope on the other side. No, you're not going to mess it up, but what's going to happen is she's going to get used to you having a lot of patience. So we're going to have to make it so that she realizes once she's asked to come over here, she's got a job to do. It's okay. Yep. Don't you turn your body, because if you turn your body, then you change it for her. Yep. 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 Just thought about it. Why does that seem like that's facing that way? That camera. Did that swivel on us? Okay. Maybe not. Good girl. So see what you, and you stopped yourself, but what you had a tendency to do is you were going to pull her, right? And then what would that have done, you think? In the position that you were going to pull her, imagine that line to her nose. You would have brought her right to you or almost on top of you. Yep. All she did is said, let's go back a step. And you say, okay, we'll go back a step. Yep, here we go, here we go. Good girl, good girl. What a big heifer. Yay. Good girl. Good girl. So I'm going to show you what, once you get confident in what you know, because you have it now, but I want to show you what kind of energy I want you to have for her. So I'm going to show you with her. So once I stay her, game on. Okay, so I'm going to stay. No, you're just gonna keep busy until she realizes she better do something. So I'm gonna tell her to stay. Nope, 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 nope. Here, over here. Not yet, not yet. Wait. So now I'm gonna get busy. So I'm going to reel her in, over, over, tell her knows where to go, over, over. Good. But see how busy I was? Hey, hey. Well, that's why I said when your confidence in what you're you're too far ahead. So, like, I'm gonna be precise with her now. Good, good. And then she can get her scratch. Now, if she doesn't like her back scratched or her wither scratched or something, so you're gonna also be not only particular, but you're gonna be a little critical. Say, that foot wasn't supposed to move. Until she's released at this point, whether it's because you got on and told her okay, or because you're gonna walk away and tell her okay, she should know to come stay. And this is like a safe spot. So what I've started doing is I've started starting my lessons like this to kind of get them in the right frame of mind, because if it's something that we taught them, and then we go do something else, and we're going to end on this so she knows she's still a star, because if she struggles with something else, it's not fair to leave her in that kind of frustrated frame of mind. She's got this. So it's just a matter of having your confidence of, I'm reeling you in, your nose needs to go that way and your butt needs to come over here, and just once you know for sure you're communicating it exactly, then just kind of don't have the waiting time, because that makes her go, well, how important is this really, you know? Good girl. Okay, so do you want to teach her something new and cool that incorporates the mounting block? Okay. This way we can make that make sense. Okay. So this is the problem I have. I always have to sit here and like, how? Okay. So we're going to keep her going in the same direction, but you're going to stand on the mounting block, okay? And what your goal is, what your task is you're going to, we're going to make sure this is level. You're going to stand up here. You're going to tell her to go sideways over that cone. So her belly's going to cross the top of that cone. Then you're going to tell her to over from there. And then she's supposed to come completely sideways from wherever she lands over there, over this cone to you. Right? That looks doable, right? I just did when I was telling her she made a mistake. So, okay. Okay. So, but you have to do it from there. Okay. So, if you're standing there and you want her to move sideways for you from a dead-on position, because she's going to be looking right at you, how would you communicate that to her? Right? Slightly, yep. Yep, so in this case, because it's a distance, I would use the end of the rope. But I would use the end of the rope, I would start really lightly and kind of lobbing it just to see where she's at with energy. Because if you get going this and you scare her, then we got a whole new mess we got to fix. So we want to make sure that we start gently. We always start at a volume 2, and then we see where we can go where we have to go. Where would you look at on her body to help her understand it's a sideways movement? So you've already told her knows what it needs to do. I would look at her ribs. So I would look at, we're on the wrong side of her, but I would look at her about right here. If you look too much this way, she's going to swing away. If you look here, and you're also telling her what to do with her nose, therefore you're telling her what to do with her shoulder, you look here, you're telling the rest of her body to follow. Because if you only tell her hind end to follow, none of that might do anything. Okay? All right, go for it. Now, okay, because I'm actually considering doing like a puzzle series where I'm going to actually like maybe even start shows doing like where people can come and do puzzles and stuff like as a competition. So, shit, I had an answer. I had a thing I wanted to say. Hypothetically, she's never been asked to do anything with a cone. Okay? So she's going to say, as she's approaching it, she's going to go, oh, or she's going to say, I don't think that's supposed to go under my stomach. So if you came with the whole puzzle in mind and you didn't know if one piece could work, you might be in trouble. So you always want to come and go, could my horse have a struggle with this puzzle? What would it be? Well, it might be, I've never asked her to go with her belly over something. So maybe if I could spend a few seconds to see if I can actually make that happen. So what would be your best option to ask her to do that, do you think? You have two choices. You could. So my two choices are either keep the direction in mind and ask her, meaning keep the direction that you've been asking her to go on her mind, and ask her to go over it this way as an over, or see if you can't, up close, communicate to her, I need you to go over it. So it's away from the puzzle, so you're not going to incorporate it with the puzzle yet, and just, yeah, we're just going to, yeah, don't go over there and make it seem like she's supposed to figure out this whole big thing. Just break it down to this one little piece. And you could either try to practice asking for that over, because you want her to go over that way. So you can practice looking where you have to look on the rib cage, what you have to do with her nose and shoulder, and then see if you can't kind of, you want to, basically the idea is you're going to guide the air against her, and you're going to do it rhythmically. So it's like she feels like the air keeps bouncing her to go. Okay, let's see. So you always, my thing is you always find the smallest crumb when you're having trouble. So always knowing what crumbs, so now that's another thing too, is anytime you're working with an obstacle, they're more likely to leak forward than they are to back up. So you always want their front feet closest to the obstacle, so when they leak forward, they still have a chance to do it. Good. I know. I'm not. By no means am I. Since I did this to your daughter, I feel like I have to do it to you. And it was actually really fun to watch her think it through, as opposed to me just going, okay, now do this, do this, this. It's more fun to see. Yeah. Yep. 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 Good. Good girl. Good girl. Now she lost her confidence, so we need to tell her that. And look, she's licking and chewing quickly. So anytime you feel like anything that suddenly went from almost a standstill to a quick movement, that's a confidence loss. So you want to always reassure them that we didn't mean to have you lose your confidence, and then you want to go right back to trying it again so that they know that they weren't asked to get into trouble. She's trying so hard. And when they're really new to stuff, I don't switch them up yet, where I don't say, okay, now go left, okay, now go right. So we've got her in that sideways this way, so we don't want to suddenly change it on her. We want to kind of keep her on that page. You always think of them on pages. That's good, because she'll end up, yep, good girl, yep, yep. So she is already assuming, so that's good, because she's assuming. Now you just have to be sure of how to make sure she hears the actual command. Yep. Yep. So what happened there is you said, don't come forward, don't go back, but you got up in her way. Good. Because she actually knows what you want. So now it's just a matter of you not getting in her way about it. Good. Yep. 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 Now you don't move your feet anymore, so you give her room to do it. Good. Good. It's okay. It's good. Yeah, and then just let her know she did a good job. So what's happened? Good. Now that's her saying, "I really want to do what you want," right? I'm really trying to do a good job here, but I'm not 100% sure what you want. You're kind of scaring me, is what she's trying to tell you. So, yep. And one of the things that I always try to make sure people understand is that if you're right up here, she can't actually see you. You need to give her more space, because actually what was happening is she's like, okay, I think you need me to go forward, and she was actually getting in the perfect position, but you thought she was going to go, you thought she was going to walk, so then you corrected her, which threw her right back to where she was in the wrong spot, and because you were all up in her face, she had no way of really knowing how to check in with you, because she can't check in right now. But if I'm over here, she can look at me and go, what? Okay? So I would keep always like a dance space between you and your horse, so that she can always, so kind of imagine like that kind of space, always like a big yoga ball space between you and your horse, so that way she always has a chance to check in with you. She can't check in with you if you're all up close, like, hey. And I hate close talkers. I hate close talkers, meaning with other people. Okay. You can. Oh, yes, she can do it, and she's trying to tell you she can do it. She just needs you to be more clear. And like I said, you're in her space too much that you're not giving her a chance to check in with you. She's got the right page. She just needs to know what to do with it. So the distance you have from her right now, well, a second ago, was perfect. Yeah, she's like, I know. She's assuming, which is kind of funny. She's like, I think I know what you want. Maybe if you just let me do it. But I don't let horses assume. Yep. No, because she has to take direction from you. We can't let her assume stuff, because who knows? You may have told her to go sideways away from that cone. Back her up one step. Good girl. Now back her up. Yep. Okay. Now, tell her what to do now. Remember, you don't want to be all up in her face, and you're going to control the forward with a wiggle instead of pulling and pushing. And if you have to wiggle loud to get the message there, you have to wiggle loud. Yep. Wiggle. It's okay. So see how you quickly went to a pull, to a push. You went to try to stop the forward movement instead of communicating, don't go forward. It's okay. So we want her to successfully clear that one time. She's got the idea. She knows what you want. You just have to be specific about what to do with that obstacle. Step up. Good. Now, you should have freeze-framed yourself in that, because you were, but don't go forward, right? So you want to make sure that you're going to try to stop doing so much of the micromanaging of her nose. So it would have been a wiggle, don't come forward anymore. Good. Yep. I know. This is hard stuff. Yep, stop the forward. It's okay. It's okay. So pay attention to where she is in relation to her knees. If she looks like she's leaning up over her knees, she's going forward. So stop the thought, because that's at the thought stage. Once she's actually moving, now she's making the mistake. Try to stop the thought. Good. Good. Yep. Yep, good. Now, don't over... See, you said back, and then you said, no, don't. Right? So that's not fair, because you're like... No, but see, honestly, I found out, because I'm learning people as much as I learn horses each time, and I found out that when people finally catch themselves, that's when it can finally change. If I keep telling you, but you didn't realize you even did it, you can't change it because you didn't realize you did it. But once you're like, oh, I realized it, next time you won't do it. Yeah, because she's likely to go forward at this point. Yep. So you're in the perfect position right now. But we're not going to say over only because over means come to me. Yep, so now you'll ask her to step up. Good. Good. Now go back to what you were telling her to do. So she knows that there's a task in mind. Yep. She's got it. It's okay. Yep, just control the front feet. Yep, ask her to step up. Don't wiggle because that means back up.
I was thinking back up the other.
You can gently kiss, but just remember a kiss could mean go. So you want to be careful how much go command you give her. Yep, you can use your rope as a block if you want. So if she leans back on that rope, you can just block her from backing up. But just be careful it's not a pull. Yep, block her from backing up. Yep, there you go. So make your rope longer so you can communicate. Nope, not at her face. The rope, so that way you can tell her, you don't have to get up around her. You can keep extending that size of that rope to talk to the ribs. Yep. You're about to get it. Yep. You're about to get it. Just ask her, don't let her back up, because that's how she keeps scaring herself. It's okay. See how I told you she's going to either go in front of it or behind it? Yeah. And because she's kind of knocked it over twice, now she's a little afraid of it, because she still doesn't know what she's supposed to do with her front feet in relation to that. I hope this mic isn't just picking up all that wind. Probably not going to hear a darn thing. Good. Good. Yes. Good. And she's already on the right page, so you help her now. Yep. Especially when they're starting to offer it. Yep. Yay! Good girl! And we're going to wait till she licks and chews on that one, because it's pretty important that she lets us know that she understood that that's all we were trying to do.
Ended up turning direction, but I got it.
Yeah, that's okay. So now your goal would be to get one more, however you get it, so you can kind of solidify for her it is about going over the cone. Then your goal is going to be to create a little more distance between the two of you, because there's a bigger distance and you can't really get out and around her once you're up there. So you're going to have to try to figure out how to kind of stay a little bit off of her, you know, like as far as off center, and then communicate all the way to the ribs from there. So now my goal would be, however it happens, one more time. And then I would set my goal to be, okay, now let's see if I can do it from this far. So start challenging yourself. Let me see if I can do it from this far. So that way you kind of get an idea of, okay, would it be, you know, how can I do it from this far? This is a good second level puzzle because you have to explain to her, I need you to go sideways over this cone, but she's going to see you on the mounting block and she's going to think, oh, I got to go to the mounting block. So you're going to have to be able to be very clear. I can't believe how windy it is. Good girl. You're a good girl. Yep. 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 That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.